good, everybody? Welcome back to the second episode of Please Excuse My Ignorance. It's your boy DJ Fats, and I'm joined with my cousin, aka my best friend, aka my twin, aka my sister, aka my sis. But nah, like real life, we like legit ass blood cousins. So,
twin cousins.
Today I really just want to bring my cousin on so we could just talk about life, how we grew up, and shit like that. First, introduce who you are. Tell them who you are. Tell them what you do. Get it right, because if you don't, I'm gonna correct you.
Okay, first of all, I am Nate.
Okay.
I'm an artist. I am a...
I thought you were saying I'm sensitive about my shit.
I was going to say that. I was going to say it, but... Shoot, how do I introduce myself?
Hey, how y'all doing? My name is Nate. I'm an artist. I'm very eccentric. I love makeup. I love playing with my hair. I love style. I'm real big on, wellness and, skincare and whatnot. I don't know.
It's interesting.
But I'm going to bring you on more often, so I guess let's not do too much talking about ourselves. Like, and it really was my problem when I was trying to record my first episode.
I feel trying to introduce you.
I was trying to introduce me too much rather than just letting them get to know me throughout the podcast. So I feel like that was my big, And honestly, y'all, she is the reason I even tried to, like, put on some type of clothes today. Like, literally, y'all know I would come in this hole with my black t-shirt on and my white t-shirt, and we'd get this shit rocking. But her ass walked in looking all cute and shit, had her flannel on. And if y'all know me, well, y'all getting to know me, but like I love flannels. Like I probably own like 30 flannels. Like I have a whole section in my closet just for flannels.
Flannel
so
king.
When she walked in, I used to call myself that shit, but I said that's kind of lame. Let me stop that shit.
Really
like I really had to calm down on that shit. So, but yeah, I definitely used to call myself the flannel king. Like I thought that was a thing at one point in time.
I love that. It's a thing. You make it a thing. Period.
Kind of not. Yeah, I don't know about that one. But so with this podcast, with this particular episode, let's talk about secrets, bro. How do you feel about like secrets in family? You know how people be like, oh, what happens in this house stays in this house, and this and that. Like, and I feel like that really plays into like generational curses and shit. Like how people have trauma and never get to address their trauma because you was always taught, well, what happens in this house stays in this house. You don't tell nobody your business, this and that. And I feel like to a certain extent, yeah, don't do that, but to another certain extent, if that shit is hurting you and you mentally damaged and goddamn it, you need some help, talk about that shit.
I feel like that too. But I also feel like secrets in the household just shouldn't take place. I feel like people, you know how we all have our little immediate families. Mm-hmm. It's not like we don't all go through shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's no need to even form secrets. So what? What can somebody, I don't like secrets. I don't like that shit.
No, I don't mean secrets like you keep a secret from your mom, you keep a secret. I'm talking about like something that happened in the house and it's probably apparent to the outside world that you're going through something, but you're supposed to like hold it in. You ain't supposed to communicate that with nobody. You're just supposed to. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I feel like honestly, I was gonna say I feel like don't tell people your business, but I literally started a podcast to tell people my business and go into detail about certain shit. Literally in the first episode, I talked about how I sunned my daddy, and it was like I literally went into pure detail with that shit. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to, I don't even know how to say this shit. Like, I feel like, yeah, if you just walking around talking about what's going on and you ain't seeking no help, don't do that. But like, if you in a position to where, okay, this motherfucker could possibly help me, like, let me talk to them and get some clarification and get this and that, because there's a lot of shit I never discussed about my upbringing and shit that happened in my household till I went to college and like had deep conversations with my college friends after smoking a blunt or some shit. Like, you know how you sit up, you ever had one of those moments where you sit up till like 4 or 5 in the morning and y'all looking like, damn, like the sun coming up, we've been talking all day, like you sit in a group with your friends, and I feel like a lot of those
recordings like that.
Yeah, we definitely we literally got a recording from what, like a month ago when we set up, like we got a 2-hour recording of like playing around writing the song, then turning into reading our deepest, darkest thoughts from my note threads way back from 2017 up until now. Like, it's crazy how much shit that iPhones keep. Like, I done had like 4 different phones from that 2017 to now. Oh yeah, the cloud is a motherfucker.
I'm trying
like
to tell you.
a lot. And what's crazy is You will find shit in your class that you weren't looking for, but some shit that you really trying to find, you will never find that shit.
No, for real.
It's in that whole
Every
somewhere.
time I go looking for something specific, it's never there.
Yeah. I can never find. Like, I had this video my freshman year when I went to Padre Island. Shout out to South Padre Island. That shit was fun. It was my first time ever going to a beach.
Was that fight? Was it that fight?
It wasn't the fight. It wasn't the fight. And what's crazy is I have that video. That was my second year going.
Oh, okay.
My first year is before Snapchat started saving your stories indefinitely. It just saved to your phone. You know how, like, I think it was like 2017 when like Snapchat just saved everything you ever saved.
Right.
But I met Cardi B. This is before the getting her teeth fixed. This is like season her first season on Love and Hip Hop. Cardi B. This is like when she first started blowing up. Like, teeth still messed up. She was walking around. Nah, for that, that was the Beef With You Forever, Cardi B. And I got a video where like I'm this close to her ass, like, hey, Cardi B, hey, and like she walking on the beach like a regular person. Like,
wow.
we wound up leaving the beach and we saw her before she got to the big ass crowd. So we was able to like, oh, like, damn, this Cardi B. Like, we actually like her entourage. Like, she had security and shit, you know, because at the time she wasn't as big as she is now, but she was still Cardi B type shit. So she had like security and shit, but we was actually able to walk up to her. I don't know the dude name that was on the show that she got into it with his girlfriend from London, her old producer. That he was there with her. You know the nigga that was on the show with her. Drew, was it? It wasn't Drew.
It was Drew or Dre or something.
I think it was Dre.
I
don't know what it was, but it was her, it was him, and it was like some security and like a little entourage and shit that was with them. But
so she was
like,
with him.
Like, I think like on some work shit. I don't think it was on some I don't think it was on no sneaky link. We finna go, cause I feel like at that time, like, so I feel like for the past, I would say 6 years, social media has ran the world as far as like common people being reporters and common people being able to get shit quick. And it don't matter where you at, somebody gonna pull out a phone and record your ass. Like, I seen a video of Doja Cat. Like, you know how they saying that Doja Cat and French Montana supposed to be dating right now or some shit like that. Like, it was a video of her at a party having a good time, and she looked up and saw somebody recording and was like, cut that shit.
Damn. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's invasion of privacy.
How do you feel about that shit? Like, how social media is taking over the world?
You know, I'm not big on social media,
and that kind of plays into my question of like keeping secrets and shit, because like niggas tell everything on social media.
That's how I feel like. I feel like it's a side where people tell a whole bunch of shit, and some people are private and still get their business told. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But being in the limelight, like, I don't feel like it's hard to keep your shit a secret. I mean, of course, when you go out and you have paparazzi taking pictures or whatever, I feel like it's the people that feed into the, you know, when it gets to the mainstream. If you feed into it, then it's easy for your business to just spin out of control.
Yeah.
But
if you
take a person like Beyonce.
I was just finna say.
I feel like that's how I would be with social media. I'm already not fond of it. Like, I barely post. If I do something, it's on my story. It's like just minimal. Like, so if my business get out there, I think the quickest way for it to die down is you ignore it. It's like people feed into it, people don't. It's like all about how it's social media management.
Yep.
It's all about how you manage it.
Yep.
So,
I feel that way.
I mean,
I feel that way. But okay, so long story short about the whole keep it secret shit, I really feel like to a certain extent, like, don't just be at school talking about shit and, you know, having classmates and shit in your business. But if it's some shit that's bothering you, you can go to your guidance counselor, go to an adult if you need some type of help. But shit, depending on who you go to, you fuck around and get emancipated from your parents and be in the system, goddamn me, depending on what all is going on at school. I remember this one time where let me see, this is the thing about going to school in the hood. I remember one time I got a whooping from my mama. And see, I was terrible at getting whoopings. I wasn't one of them niggas that can just sit there and put my hands on the couch and not, like, I was a nigga. Y'all seen The Mask? You seen that part of The Mask where he was getting shot at? He was like, like, he was dodging the bullets and like, bro, that's me when I get a whoop. Like when I get a whooping, nigga, I'm like, like, nigga, I'm dodging the belt licks. And one time, like, I was getting a whooping before school. I forgot what I did. Like, see, I wasn't no bad kid. I'm the type of nigga that used to get in trouble for shit like talking too much and like shit like that. Like, I wasn't the nigga that like, oh, throwing desks at teachers and throwing books and shit. I wasn't a rowdy ass nigga like that. But I forgot what I was getting a whooping for before school, and my mama was whooping me, and I wasn't like sitting there taking a whooping, and she wound up like, you know how parents wrap the belt around their hand and you whipping like that.
Yeah.
She wound up letting the belt unravel, and I was like, she just swinging the belt wherever it landed, nigga, you gonna get hit. The buckle of the belt wound up hitting me in my eye, right? And when it hit me in my eye, it was like an instant black eye. You ever seen like a TV show or something where somebody get hit in the eye hard and it's like instantly like boom, like nigga, my shit instantly turned black. Like it was an instant black eye. I'm like oh, but like my mama, I'm in trouble, so she's still mad. She said, if anybody asks you, tell them it came from football practice. So me, the whole time. I mean, look, if you grow up with a black mama, y'all niggas done got some goddamn slave beatings before. So this ain't this ain't no me talking about my mama trying to get her convicted for the statute of limitations probably up on some shit like that anyway. So we ain't even trying to go that route.
It
but
years ago.
I was just gonna say, like I don't even think I was in high school. I was in middle school at this point. So when that shit happened, she was like, you better tell them it came from football practice. This and that. I would see me, nigga. I was waiting on somebody to ask me. I was gonna snitch on her ass. I was waiting on somebody to walk. One of my teachers asked me, I'm gonna tell her, oh, my mama hit me with a belt buckle. Like I was ready to snitch on her ass. But let me tell you how this shit went. Going to school in the hood, like shit like that be normal. Niggas have fights all the time. Like you walk to school with a black eye, ain't nobody checking for that shit.
Well,
to be real, like I'm not saying that I'm not saying teachers don't care about kids in the hood. I'm not saying
so it's just
I'm not saying that, but it's just like certain shit be typical. Like nigga walking to school with a black eye, he probably had a fight, you know, in the neighborhood and shit. Came to school that day. Like I'm not saying like teachers just don't give a fuck. Like if I walked in that bitch with a broken arm and I ain't got the shit fixed and I'm walking in there crying on my desk, my arm hurt. Like I ain't like a teacher give a fuck about some shit like that. But you walk to school with a black eye, nigga, it's probably 40 niggas with black eyes today. Like get in line, nigga, get in the black eye line, nigga.
It'd be like, oh, what happened? Oh, okay.
But I was waiting on a teacher to ask me, snitch. I was gonna snitch on her ass that day, but I didn't get the opportunity. Niggas didn't ask. Niggas didn't give a fuck. Teachers didn't give a fuck. And I was a good kid. I was surprised that niggas didn't ask. Like I was really surprised. Like I was waiting on a teacher to ask me. Right, like Brandon, what's wrong with you? Mom hit me with a. I was gonna play that shit off. That shit didn't even hurt, but I was gonna play that shit off like a motherfucker. Mom hit me with a belt buckle and this and that. Like I was ready for that shit. I was ready for that shit. But then nobody asked. Then nobody give a fuck. Then nobody care. Niggas didn't care.
Damn.
Niggas didn't care. Let's talk about like how people are. Okay, so this second episode is probably gonna be just like the first. We ain't gonna follow no particular layout. I got segments and shit, but really these first couple episodes just gonna be me coming and talking about shit that's going on. Yeah. Let's talk about this fucking weather in Texas, bro.
Bro, did you see that video of them porta potties being like...
That video old, by the way. That video where they was like going through... Bro, somebody said...
See, that'll tell you right there, social media, I don't pay attention to it, because I thought that was...
Bro, somebody was like, I would lose it if Dookie Miss got on.
Bro, and then
porta potties gotta be the stinkiest shit on earth.
And the nastiest shit on earth.
Look,
where do it go? Like,
you know, it's like trucks that come around and like siphon out the shit. Like, okay, so the only reason I know this is because if you're from South Dallas, you know what like Lego Park is. So going up to Lego Park, it was this one day where like the Dookie truck, I don't know what it's called, but we just called the Dookie truck. The Dookie truck, like it just all of a sudden starts stinking like real bad. It's one of them days at the park where it's hella niggas at the park. If y'all know that particular side of South Dallas, you know some days like Lego Park be jumping some days, like jumping. Like the playground be packed, basketball court be packed. Nigga be 24 different games of basketball going on the fucking forecourt, on the fucking 4-goal fucking shit. So if y'all niggas South Dallas, y'all know what Lego Park is. But long story short, the Dookie truck, we didn't know this at first, but like it started stinking real bad. Like the whole, like everybody at the park, like what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Dum 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 dum. Like on some shit like that before that shit even was popular. Man, this nigga pulled up to the porta potty and started siphoning out the little shit in the porta potty, and that's what the fuck we finally realized. What the fuck, this truck driving around Dallas sucking shit out of portable bathrooms. Sucking shit. Like imagine being a machine. Like I know shit don't be like real and shit. Like see, I'm one of them niggas that think like when you leave a room, like inanimate objects come to life and shit. Like not for real. Like I'm not a crazy ass nigga who like I'm not retarded or no shit. But like you know like subconsciously, you know how you think about shit subconsciously. Subconsciously, I'm the type of nigga that think like when I leave, like shit be turning real and be like, man, y'all used to see when that nigga was in. Y'all seen that nigga jacking off the other night. That's a joke. I'm a
No,
virgin, y'all. I'm a
no.
virgin. Kind of, sort of. I just suck some titties.
Where'd it go?
I told you, bro. We getting it in on this. We getting it in on this. So shout out to freshman year history class. Y'all know about that. If y'all was in my history class freshman year, y'all see me suck some titties playing truth or dare. That's a story time for another day. And it's crazy that I grew up a virgin. I was a nasty ass nigga when I was a nigga. I had a brother who was 10 years older than me. When he used to have girlfriend shit, I was a nigga trying to look up under your dress and sneak in the room and try to touch your booty and shit. Like I was a mannish ass little nigga. It's crazy that I grew up.
But you know that I was too.
You was mannish?
Very much so.
Who was you manage with though? Because you don't really have like a older in-house when you got around like some of your cousins, some of your female cousins and their boyfriends, or just like. Because I was the type of nigga that was attracted to people I wasn't supposed to be attracted to.
What was in my mind, honestly.
I used to have thoughts.
But I did grow up.
I used to act on them.
Yeah.
I used to act.
All right. Well, sometimes I would, but you know, I grew up around a whole bunch of niggas.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh, you was one of the motherfuckers that was hunching with the clothes on type shit, like hiding. I used to do that shit too. Like, bro,
I got in trouble for playing house one time with. Remember I told you?
Yeah, I remember that.
I ain't gonna name drop, but
I remember that.
Every time I see him, I think about him. I just be like,
no, motherfucking me got in trouble at daycare. I'm at daycare. Like, let me tell you how nasty I was as a young ass kid. Daycare. This is before you even start school. I'm at daycare. It's nap time at daycare. Why am I not thinking they watching us or some shit? Like, I don't know what I was thinking in my head. Like, oh, they not watching us. I'm in this hoe. My first girlfriend. Shout out to. I don't want to say. Can I say that? Would I say that? This podcast ain't big yet. Shout out. Shout out, bro. Boy was my first kid. Was my first like dry. Like a whole lot of shit. Name. She had a sister name. You remember those names together, right?
Yeah.
Like that sound familiar when you say their names together, right? But she was my first everything. So, it's nap time. I don't know. I don't even know how we planned this shit. We had to be like, what, 4? Like,
three or 4.
3, 4. Like, how do you even have these type of mindsets? And I grew up with the parents that like sheltered us like early in life. Like how I grew up with like. With parents who did certain shit and they tried to hide it from us. But you know, when you get around 11, 12, 13, you know, you can't really hide too much shit from that. But at 4 years old, but I was the same type of nigga that was still like my older cousin porns and shit. Like, I was a badass little nigga.
You know what? We got a story for that because...
Okay, long story short, we in goddamn me nap time at daycare hunching. And I went to daycare, shout out to Miss Gwen. I went to daycare on, over on Park Row.
It was on Park Road.
It was on Park Road.
At first it was on Park Road, then it was on Carpenter.
Yeah, Yeah. Wait, she moved to Carpenter?
Was it Carpenter?
Nah, because I remember it was on Park Road. Unless she moved to Carpenter by the time. Nah, because your brother went to Miss Price.
Yeah, he went to Miss Price.
Yeah.
We went to Miss Gwen.
We went to Miss Gwen. And Miss Gwen was one of them ladies that kept everybody kid in the hood back in the day. I don't even know if her shit was legal. You know, you gotta like have certifications and shit to be a daycare. I just thought you could just open your house up to niggas like doing what they want to do and get on the bed. Y'all know my best friend in here. You know, shout out to my nigga Brave. He keep trying to sneak in front of the he trying to get to my cousin.
Friend, y'all.
He trying to get to my cousin, so he keep trying to sneak in front of the camera.
He just want to give me a hug.
Get on the bed. Sit. Sit down.
He's so freaking cute.
Yeah, you know, we take good care of we take good care of him over here. You know, we brush. Like I said on my first podcast, I probably take care of this dog better than like some people take care of their kids. Shout out to y'all. No, I'm just playing. But okay, I keep stopping the story. Okay, so we planned this shit. I don't even know how we planned this. Like, we literally 3, 4 years old. I don't know how we planned this shit. It's nap time. I don't know if we don't think somebody in here watching us. I don't know what we think. But we in the back, you know how they lay all the kids down on the mats and shit like this. And I don't think about it. She had a big ass house.
Miss Gwen.
But if you think about it, all the houses on Park Road huge. Like Park Road is like that one street in the hood where it's like, oh, you'll see mansions. Like, if you never a nigga who go out to Lake Highlands and all this type of shit where you see mansions, you go on Park Road, you'll see mansions and shit on Park Road. If you from South Dallas, you know what we talking about. But long story short, me and her was at nap time, and I don't know if I got on top of her, she got on top of me, but we like 2 boards, like just hunching, like just rubbing our little kid bodies together. Is this child pornography? If you talk about it, is it child pornography?
I don't think so.
Okay, well,
you're talking about something that happened in your life.
That happened to me,
not,
right? Okay, well, if it's not child pornography, then yeah, we was hunching, and we wound up getting in trouble. And when my mama picked, we didn't think they knew.
Oh, so they saw y'all.
They saw, and when our parents, no. So I remember I can't remember the story clearly. I was 4, but long story short, when my mama picked, I don't know if they whooped us as well, but I know when my mama picked me up, they told my mama what I did, and I got the shit beat out of me. That's like one of my earliest whoopings that I can remember. Getting the shit beat out of me.
Oh, no.
I know why the fuck I was doing that. Okay, so boom. Long story short, it's gonna be a story time for another day. I'm just throw this out there. I was molested as a kid. Boom, we gonna throw that out there. We gonna throw it out there and hang it to dry. We gonna talk about that on another episode. But long story short, I was molested as a kid. That's what I was thinking. Like, why was I knowing that stuff at that age? But see, one of my earliest memories at 3 years old is like, that's one of my earliest, like down to the smell. I can still remember the smell.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, and I'm 24 years old, so that's what, 21 years removed? My mama hate when I talk about this. You know how, like, people be, like, hurt for you type shit? Like, and I'm her kid, so I can understand she probably deep sorrow. And I didn't talk about this shit until just graduating college back in 2020. And my very last radio show, y'all, I ended my radio show because COVID made me end it. I didn't end it. I was supposed to have one more semester of radio. COVID ended my radio show. And my last episode was me basically telling the world I was molested as a kid. And that's the reason that I've held on to my virginity for so long. Because it's like you lose control. Like, you don't feel like you have control in that moment. So it's kind of like me holding on to my virginity as an adult kind of is my way of gaining that control back type shit. Mm-hmm. I done unpack this shit. So I'm not one of those people that's still scarred, like, super duper hella years later type shit. Like, I done unpack this shit. My friends in college, we done talked about this shit.
Yeah, I was just about to say that you have come to terms with how you feel and how you're gonna move forward.
Yeah.
But her learning that information.
Yeah, now that I'm grown, she has to. Yeah, so, I tried to talk to her about it before, but like she just be like, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about this. I'm like, Mama, like, but I be having to remember like, oh, I'm her baby. Like, even though I'm a grown man, I'm still her baby. So like, I be like, man, Mama, you doing too much. But I be thinking about how serious that is and how some people really be like fucked up, like grown ass adults and not being able to control impulses and
that's crazy.
And get in certain situations and have panic attacks. And, oh my God, when I was a kid, I was touched. Like, I was touched, but I feel like I learned some things.
See,
I ain't shit.
I'm the other way around.
I ain't shit. I like dark humor, y'all. So y'all gonna have to get used to that type of shit on my page. Like, I'm a dark humor ass nigga. I'm the type of nigga that if somebody tell me, like, that's a fucked up shit to say. I was molested, but I feel like I learned some shit. Like, okay, let me stop laughing because I've talked about this like to some people and I cracked the joke and like somebody was like, that's not funny because I guess they was molested as well. So
I think that's just how. That's how we are.
Kevin Hart laughing my pain.
Yeah.
Looking at he not my favorite comedian. I don't really like his stand up, but he good in movies and shit. He's good. He good in movies and shit. Like I like his little comedic little shit he doing movies, like playing on the fact that he's a little man. Mm-hmm. The fact that we just like crossed out of like, I'm molesting funny movies.
Bro, no, for real.
But no, like, so long story short, back to the cat's out the bag. But no, I'm just playing. Back to the shit. Like I told y'all gonna learn all my business on this goddamn show. I'm telling y'all really gonna get to know me on this damn show. Y'all see Brave in the background?
Wow, he is tapping my hand, baby.
Bro. Like, this nigga's clinky. It's really my fault. Like I made him. Look, he wanna make. Come on. He wanna make a guest appearance, y'all. Like, he really wanna do that.
Come on,
bro. Why your thing on my hand, bro? Like, he rubbing this fucking dog penis on my damn hand. But long story short, I got these shit beat out of me. Like when Miss Gwen told my mama that shit, I got the living shit beat out of me that day. Like I got a whooping that you would be surprised that a parent would give to a 4-year-old. Like,
I got a whooping for some shit similar to that, and I knew I was gonna be a freak growing up.
I really feel like I really feel like, even though I haven't experimented or nothing like that, I really feel like I'm a freaky ass nigga. Like to my core, like when I be watching porn, I be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that shit when I finally fucking like.
They say you sick if you watch porn and you nut and you keep watching, and I keep watching.
I probably like get a couple nuts in, like, to be honest. Like okay, so let me explain this. My mom probably listening. Like,
at the door.
She had to got her ear to the door. She like, I can't believe these kids. I stay with my parents. If y'all watched the first episode, y'all know that. But I stay with my parents. So long story short, not long story short, but I just feel like I'm like, okay, so I guess we're gonna talk about it. So when it comes to the realm of like porn and shit, like let's just say if I got shit to do, I won't do that shit. But if it's one of those, okay, so boom, I had COVID these past, so I haven't had it for a week, but the 2 weeks before that, I wound up having COVID. And it was one day where I was at home all day, every day quarantine, but it was just one day where it just seemed extra, extra, extra long. And fellas, y'all can relate to this if y'all have ever done this. Like, I know it's like 1 out of 5 of you niggas out there that claim that they don't jack off and they don't do this. Like, one of them is my homeboy. Shout out to you. You know, nigga swear up and down he never jack off. But, you know, when you get to that bored-ass state and you in a position where you ain't got no easily accessible coochie. Well, I'm talking to the niggas who have sex. I don't have sex. But you ain't got no easily accessible coochie. And I feel like you have had one of them days where you tried to see how many times you could get it off. Like to the point where it don't be nothing but that little dot that come on your head.
It's not only dudes.
Oh, women be doing.
You know what? But
I've heard about women breaking their coochie, like
broken coochie.
broken. Maybe it's dry as hell. Maybe it really smells broken pussy. But I've literally heard about women who like mess up they sensitivity.
And that's what I'll be scared.
Brave, sit your ass. He don't know how to chill. You can't get him started. He too spoiled. Oh, like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I have ruined my dog. Like he's spoiled to the point where even if I scold him about some shit, like 2 minutes later, I'm like, I'm kind of like how Papa was with us growing up. Like our grandfather was one of those people. Like, I don't know if he didn't like to discipline, but he was one of those people that if he did wind up having to discipline us, he'll come in the room and be like, "Y'all trying to get something to eat?" Like 5 minutes later, like, oh, because I think my granddaddy had to whip me one time my entire life. Like me and my brother was in the living room fighting, and that's some stories for another day. Me and my brother used to fight like 2 niggas on the street who didn't know each other, like legit, like hitting each other with TV trays,
oh my God.
like the wooden TV trays, like the ones that fold up, boom, knocking niggas over the head, knocking niggas out, like, and that's why I was saying like in my first video of the podcast where I was talking about like how a nigga on the street really don't have shit for me, and I'm not saying I can whoop every nigga. I'm not saying but I'm the type of nigga ain't no rules in fighting, bitch. If you getting the best of me and I'm on the ground and I see a rock or a brick on your head, like I'm one of them niggas, like, or if I knock you out or you on the ground, I'm not a nigga like, yeah, I knocked that nigga out. Nah, bitch, I'm trying to smash your fucking head like a pumpkin. Like I'm really, I be trying to tell niggas
I'm scared of myself. Like, I'm scared to get to that point.
And I'm one of them niggas, I don't give a fuck what you think, nigga. If your ass getting the best of me and I'm down on the ground, bitch, I'm popping your nutsack. Like, bitch, like if you got me in the headlock and you finna knock me out, ooh, I'm biting the skin off your arm. Like I'm an ignorant ass nigga when it comes to that shit. Cause me and my brother, my blood brother, me and this nigga 16 months apart. Like, my parents couldn't wait to get it back on after they had that nigga. But long story short, me and this nigga used to, like, I done stabbed this nigga before. Like, legit butcher knife out the kitchen, nigga. Bitch, this nigga used to run and close. So like the way our house was set up, our living room and dining room and all that shit was separate from all the bedrooms in our house. It was a hallway that led to all the bedrooms in the back and all that shit. So like the door that led to our hallway, by the time we moved out of that house, that bitch was like creaky as fuck. Cause like we used to always like whoever be getting the better of the next person, and then somebody else will try to get a weapon or some shit. The other one will run and close the door, and another nigga be ramming that hole like boom, boom. Like if you grew up with us, and shout out to Elk Ridge, cause
for real,
Elk Ridge is a legendary ass house. Like when I say legendary ass house, we don't put so many holes in the wall at that hole.
By it?
It looked totally different.
Totally different.
Them niggas done painted that hole. That hole like a completely different house. I wonder do I got pictures? Like I said, if I get to edit this one the way I said about the first episode, if I get to edit this one the way I want to, I'm gonna put pictures in. I don't got pictures the way it look now, but I'd probably like do Google Earth or some shit like that. But if you look at it right now, if it's a picture of Google Earth, it's a picture of my daddy truck in front of that house. Like the black truck. That black truck legendary too. That's a legendary. We got some legendary shit in our family, I'm telling you. But long story short, I feel like a nigga on the street really don't have nothing for me, because I'm not a nigga that go off rules and bro, you ain't supposed to pull it. Like if I'm fighting a nigga that got dreads, bitch, I'm slinging you by your dreads and getting you on the ground and kneeing your shit. Like helicopter a nigga on some shit. All that, but don't pull her, bro. You supposed to be out, nigga supposed to be knuckle back. Nah, nigga, anything I can do to make myself win, I'm doing that shit. Like fuck all the rest of that shit, I'm doing that shit to win the fight.
I don't know why I imagine myself like donkey kicking a bitch, like. just with both feet and falling back. And I be visualizing fighting. I just told I was sitting up in the bed and it got really quiet. Those quiet moments, I don't be thinking about nothing else but how to kill people. I swear to God. I swear. And I feel like there's something wrong with me. That's why I don't want to fight people. I'm like, I don't want to be confrontational. Like, because I get to that point, I be really thinking about shit. And if you go look at a list of serial killers in the world, the number one, the highest number of people, yeah, Virgos are the number one
serial killers
in the world.
I feel like Leos are just like the best everything in the world. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Niggas hate us, and I don't know why. We're not gonna get on zodiac signs right now. We were supposed to be talking about sex, and we done started talking about serial killer fighting and all that shit. But I mean, that's really what it is. Like I want this podcast to really just be sitting around, chilling, talking, shooting the shit, and telling my business.
I remember.
I'm gonna change the name of this whole to telling my business.
Telling my business. You know what? Hold on. Okay, story.
That's like somebody's name, but go ahead and go. What you
anyway,
the story?
The story that I was telling when I was saying I knew I was gonna be a freak.
Yeah.
I got in trouble.
This segment is called "What the Fuck," by the way. Like, what the fuck is a candid segment about sex topics. Okay, go.
So I was in kindergarten, and my mom had bought me.
Why I started judging you, and my story was daycare. Like, I'm like kindergarten, but nigga, I'm in daycare. Fucking driving.
Nigga, you was younger than me.
Right, nigga. Like
I was 5.
Right, some of the niggas.
What are you old? I was 5.
Right, nigga. I mean, that whole driving niggas around us wearing diapers and shit. Like,
bro, this shit is crazy.
That shit crazy, but you know.
She had bought me a.
My pickle was tickled as a kid.
Ooh.
No, okay, go.
She gave me a freaking. She bought me this blue jean button down dress. Like it buttoned from here all the way down, and when you unbutton all of them, you just open it.
Yeah.
So when you used to
was it a blue jean dress or just one?
It was a blue jean dress. It was a blue jean dress. You remember that?
I vaguely remember that hoe.
So Brave, I'm gonna knock you out.
I told you he needs to get his ass over here next to me so he can lay down.
Anyway, so
no, stop.
I mean, if you had one of them mamas that used to, take precautionary measures, you put shorts up under your dress and you put an extra shirt up under there too.
Like a tank top?
A tank top.
Oh, okay.
So, shit, I was like, hell, I got clothes up under here, but I'm finna do a striptease. My teacher left out of the room.
You did it for the whole class or for your table?
Oh, for the whole class.
Anyway,
do you remember? You know that meme that lady on the train, she doing like that.
Oh yeah.
That was me. I was like, I was doing that
in
in class.
And the teacher walked in on you?
Unbuttoned the whole thing. And I had got out of my seat.
Yeah.
I had got out of my seat and the teacher walked in on me getting out of my seat.
Yeah.
And she was like, Bria. I was like,
I would start lying. See, okay, y'all, so this is kind of like just off topic a little bit, but like I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I just hate to read, so I know that couldn't be the career path for me. like I've always been, people do say lying Leos. I can't lie. We do be lying. But
that's why they don't like y'all. But we're not talking about zodiac.
But I'm not one of those niggas that lie about shit like to really try to lie, get out of shit. Like I'm the type of nigga that lie about shit like, nah, I'm just playing. Like I lie like that. But in situations, and don't lie, I was always the one. If me and my cousins got in trouble growing up, and the adults got us all sitting down in the row, I was always the one that had to tell the story of what happened.
And that's why we love y'all. Always got us attitude.
Like I was always the one.
I know the story now.
I was always the one to like come up with like what happened. I would always be the first one to start talking. It really got to the point where when we started getting older, they were like, "No, not fat. One of y'all." And I used to be like, "Tell them this," like trying to whisper, act like they can't hear us.
It sure did. Oh my god.
But I just said that to say if I was a teacher, if I was in that situation, the teacher walked out, I'd be like, I just had to pee and I want to take off my dress before I got to the restroom. Like I would have just started making up some shit. Like I would have just instantly started. Oh, I had to pee and I just didn't want to pee on myself when I got to the restroom, so I started opening my dress and I was gonna hold it while I would go to the restroom.
But you know what was good about this situation? I'm not gonna lie.
You had a cool ass teacher.
I didn't have a cool ass teacher. She told on me. But she also hit me with a fucking ruler. So in the same breath. She probably on the phone. Shit, bro.
All right, y'all. So my memory card on my camera had got full, so we had to like delete some shit. But she was in the midst of talking like she had the ruler.
Oh, okay. I was saying in the same breath, my mama was going off on her, and I was getting in trouble. So I felt like the pressure was a little off of me, because she had them 3-ass yardsticks like that bitch like
them thick
stop.
bitches.
Oh.
Did you have a welt?
Yep,
y'all remember as a
back.
kid when y'all used to get like whoopings and it'll leave like a welt, like it'll be like a little swollen part where the belt hit you.
Yeah. Yep, I definitely did. And when I went home and told her, I got in trouble first.
Yeah.
But when I went home and told her what she did, she came back up there. So I felt like, like bitch. I got in trouble, but you got in trouble too, bitch. Like,
right.
That's how I felt.
She saved some of the ass whooping for you.
Nah, for real, man.
How I knew, like, that's a freaky ass story for a 5-year-old. Like, what the fuck is you doing strip teasing in the goddamn? And it's crazy to hear that from her, cause like if you know who her daddy is, like her daddy had parental controls on Disney Channel and shit growing up. So it's kind of like how, like, where did you even get that shit from?
Bro.
Like, I feel like when your parents are strict, the kids are more like rebellious.
I say that all the
like,
time, and I even being grown, I have tried to talk to my daddy about that because still in the house with him. So certain stuff
the memes he be posting, he know about some shit.
Do you hear me? But you know what's crazy? My daddy is way more lenient with my brother.
Yeah.
When I feel like it's because he's a boy and it's his last child. He finna be an empty junior. So he a little bit more lenient. But the times I do catch him, I be like, Daddy, look, take this from me. Growing up, how strict you were well, I ain't turned out that bad. She ain't turned out bad either, but that bitch was bad.
Shit, one of y'all ass is stripping at elementary, and shit, one of y'all ass have a kid.
But anyway, it just make you more curious, and you trying to hide the world from us makes us
shout out to everybody with kids though. Bow, my best friend got a kid, so I'm not judging.
We ain't. Yeah, I was just for saying, I ain't judging no kid shit. I be going in and
out. I got too much shit going on to be judging. Like if I say some shit on this podcast and it's like I'm judging, I'm really just talking shit. Like I can't judge nobody. Like
at all.
Like nigga, I'm a 24-year-old virgin and I be jacking off. So fuck it. You aren't ready for that? I have nobody. I got a phone, goddamn me, to call them home.
I'm dead. But yeah, that shit just make you more curious as a kid.
That shit is crazy. We got like infantile ass fucking sex shit. Let's talk about like porn and shit as a kid. Like, what was your first introduction into porn? My first introduction into porn was stealing my cousin porn from his porn stash. He had this one I used to love. Like, I'm not like a nigga that's into fat girls. Even I'm a big nigga. Like, I'm not saying I'm not into fat girls. Like, I would never date a fat girl type shit. But like, I'm not a nigga that's just like into fat girls to go look up like BBW porn.
Right.
But he had this one flick called Heavyweight Honeys. If you know Heavyweight, this is like some 2008, 9, 10 around that era. Like, this nigga had a flick called Heavyweight Honeys. It was this one girl. I think her name was Mrs. Buttersworth or some shit. She was a light skinned.
Not Mrs. Butterworth.
Mrs. Butterworth. She got fucked in the kitchen, on the counter, on the island. Boom. I want to click on that island.
My first introduction to porn was after your first introduction to porn.
Did I introduce you to porn?
Yes, you did. And your brother, do you remember
y'all know how you remember how we used to have a TV remote cued on you know how I used to okay
this
so
is
back
how
in the
it happened. This is how it happened. And they said, I'm not lying. He's telling the truth.
Y'all know how like back in the day and I don't watch TV, so it's probably still to this day. You could have the back button on the remote, so whatever channel you was watching before you was on the channel, it go back to that channel. So you used to have the flick on, but you used to have the TV turned real low. So if your parent walk in, and depending on where your TV was in your room, you would have to turn your TV to where if they walk in, they can't see what's on the TV. So you would have to like push the back button and go back to cartoons or some shit, or go back to Nick at Night or Nick Jr. So just some shit like that. But keep going with your story.
I'm dead at the Nick Jr. because when y'all lived at the house That White House on Southland.
Hey, bow. Shout out to Southland. That's a
And,
legendary. We done stayed in some legendary houses, bro.
Carpenter, Southland.
Yep. No, y'all legendary house was the one in the Grove. That was a big ass
that white
house.
One, yeah.
That big white ass house. But keep going.
I want to buy that bitch. But anyway,
I want to buy an old house on Elk Ridge. Like when I get money, I'm
gonna make an offer.
Yeah, I don't care who living in that house. Like I'll pay you whatever, even if that house ain't worth $1 million. That shit got history of my childhood. I'll pay $1 million for that house.
But so y'all was in your mom and daddy room. Do you remember that little TV y'all had? It was like in
we
the
had
corner.
A lot of little TVs.
It was it was the bed right here. Like if you walk in the room,
the
bed was facing that way, and then the TV was like right there. So it was really both of y'all. But he called me in a room, and I was like, "What?" And SpongeBob was on the TV. He was like, "You want to watch SpongeBob?" I was like, "Yeah, sure." And then I sat down on the bed. And he back button. I said, "Bro,"
and it went to. I remember that shit. I remember that shit. You had that shit queued the fuck up. No. Get back in the bed. I remember that shit. I remember that shit.
Yes. I think at one point you came in there too, but that was my first introduction to porn, and it made me feel a little tingly down there.
But you know, like, so I started watching porn like real early, but I didn't like. You know how like a lot of niggas like start busting nuts early in life and they have glay water before they got nut. Like I didn't bust my first nut till I was a fucking not a senior, a freshman in high school.
I didn't bust my first nut till I was a senior.
For real?
I was just sucking dick.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh god! That is horrible.
That shit is funny as fuck. That shit is funny as fuck. Telling my business. That's the name of the podcast. No, I'm just playing. Oh
my god!
Shout out to like porn collections, because me and my brother was king of finding them hoes. Like, nigga, we found porn collections with see what's crazy is
y'all also made me do that too. When I went home,
you started looking for your porn collection?
Started looking for it.
What's crazy? I remember this one time where me and my brother got caught watching porn, right? And my mama tried to give us this. So I grew up with parents who were really well. My mama was really like religious. Not one of those religious people that like major where goddamn me this. Like my mama was like religious in the point where like everything had to tie back into the scripture and the word and shit like that. She wasn't one of those overbearing ass, you can't fucking listen to rap music in my house and shit like that. You can't listen to secular music. Even though my brother did get in trouble one time for watching the eye contact video. And now that I'm grown, that's like some basic level hunching type shit. That nigga got eye contact. That you see through my eyes. When people was like humping on like yeah. They was humping on like mailboxes and shit, like random ass the power cords in the suburbs and shit. Yeah.
I am dead.
But me and my brother was getting in trouble one time about watching porn because we wound up getting caught. My mama was like, "Where y'all get this from?" And this. Your dad will be highly disappointed. This. And like, we got this shit from him. Like, not from him. Like, oh, here y'all boys go watch porn. But like, we definitely got into like niggas porn collection type shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, that was some normal shit for niggas to have. I wound up elevated from that to stealing my cousin porn to the point where the barber I was going to as a kid, shout out to you, you know who you are. He used to cut me and Bray hair. Like me and Bray had a barber that we went to from the time we was babies to like, you know, growing up and shit like that. But then we got another barber when we got into that preteen stage. And you know, a lot of times barbers sell like bootleg movies. That's like a thing. I don't know why that's a thing. Like barbers and shit, them niggas like have like the little case. Y'all remember them old school case? You used to have to unzip that hoe with like 1,000 CDs in that hoe. That big black. Yeah. Niggas used to pop the trunk, have that shit in the car. But this nigga had like the Kim Kardashian, the Kim Kardashian and Ray J. This nigga gave that hoe to me and my brother. Like gave it. Like we ain't had to pay for that hoe. You know, we young kids. So really to him, that's probably like, let me lace these young niggas up real fast. Like so I was, how old was I? Like 11 years old, and I had the Kim Kardashian and Ray J sex tape in my possession.
Lord Jesus.
Mm-hmm. I used to wear that bitch out. Well, that bitch out. My favorite part is when he was hitting
her
from the back when she was laying on her stomach. Like, that's like my favorite part. He was like, Daddy.
Bro,
you know you can't find that shit nowhere on the internet. Like you can't find the whole thing. You can find snippets.
Oh yes,
you can find snippets, but you can't find the whole thing. Like,
bro, that shit is crazy.
And then the one that you do find, like the audio is kind of off. So like, I hate when I be watching porn, like the audio be off. Like the moans don't match what she really saying at the time. Maybe like a little bit ahead or a little bit. It's almost like watching Chinese movies and shit. Like I don't want to fucking watch this shit.
But
like
I can watch that shit. As long as it got subtitles in English, I can watch that.
I like the fact that headphones and shit have like elevated and shit, because I feel like when you get like headphones, like surround sound, like you in the room with them while they doing it.
Especially them little beats. Ooh.
Oh, I got my beats up there, like, and then you know when tablets and shit start becoming popular and start getting big and shit, I said, damn, like we got this shit on the big screen, like. Because it's different from watching that shit on your phone, like going from this
then having a big ass
to watching that shit on this. Like, nigga, that shit, even though back in the day we used to watch it on TV, but it's different from having that shit right there in front of you, right there. It's like, because it's like
up close and personal.
Up close, like I'm one of them niggas when I watch porn, that should be right here. That should be right here. Like, wow. I be right there in it. Headphones on.
Sometimes
as loud as it'll go.
Sometimes I look up close shit. I want it up close and up
close.
Oh,
you do POV? I don't like POV sometimes because, like, I feel like the way they hold the camera, it kind of takes away from them actually hitting it. They be having to concentrate on too much shit.
But, you know, I be telling...
But I don't like production porn, though. Like, I hate production porn.
I don't either. I watch...
I like amateur. I feel like production porn pussy don't be wet.
Talking about this shit. I'm fucking dead.
I don't give a fuck. Telling my business, episode 2.
Oh,
that could be the name of this episode. Telling my business. Yep.
Yeah.
This really been like one of the longest segments like that I've had. Well, it's only episode 2, so duh. But I kind of like this segment. I feel like I'm gonna be talking about. My dog just pooed it, so it's gonna start stinking.
Bro, he pooed it?
Yeah, it just said, yeah. His poops be lethal.
Nigga.
Go and get a bag of the lethal.
Damn, I forgot what I was finna say. Shit.
Fuck.
Damn.
But yeah, long story short, like I don't like production porn. I feel like production porn pussy don't be wet. Like you know, like amateur shit, it be like a different type of like. Oh. I'd be like, whoa, what the fuck is that lotion?
I'm really bipolar with sex. Period. Yeah. Like one day I like rough shit. One day I like this.
I like really nasty shit. I like
really like nasty shit.
Give it to you, like it get real creamy. Take it out, you still eat it even though it's creamy. Like I like that. I like nasty shit. Like really really nasty. That's how I know I'm gonna be a nasty nigga when I finally start doing it. Like real nasty.
I like
spit in my mouth. Spit in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. I like watching.
Look at you. You gotta see where you at.
Oh shit! I wasn't looking. I like watching niggas check off. And
you get off on that?
Oh my god!
I don't like that. So you know what I do like though? I like lesbian porn.
I'm burnt out on it. I'll be burnt out on it.
I feel like the orgasms be real in lesbian porn. Like you know how girls will fake an orgasm with on the dick, but I feel like them lesbian porns be like real. Like they legit be exploding.
Yeah, it is real. It is very real.
You know how women say, "Oh, the woman know what a woman want." I believe
That's true.
I believe it.
That's true.
It's this one flick I used to watch. It's these 2 skinny black girls. They was in this gorgeous ass, dope ass mansion. They had this pink, clear, see-through dildo. It was like a double-sided dildo, and they used to like.
I think I've seen that.
I feel like we've watched that. Oh, and by the way, we not no weird ass cousins that watch porn and like masturbate together. It's just like on some watching that shit, like being badass kids. Like it wasn't
said,
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Type shit. It wasn't no we in a room. Oh yeah, we jacking off together. Yeah. Jacking off like you get drinking. Well, technically, women do kind of, cause really like clits is like little dicks. Like honestly, some niggas have clits.
I think I have seen it. I think we have seen it.
Yeah.
I think I still watch that. I think I've watched it.
Yeah, they in like a big ass mansion. It's decorated real nice.
Yeah,
and they on this big ass couch, and they got that double sided dildo, and they kind of like it's 2 skinny black girls. They real pretty.
I've seen that. I've seen that since I've been grown.
I feel like a lot of people who watching this probably gonna be like, yeah, I've seen that too, bro, for real.
But Yeah, I'll be burnt out on lesbian porn. Every now and then I watch it if I just really want some female attention and I
Yeah.
can't get it, and I watch lesbian porn. But
I keep thinking like, don't be telling people, but shit, your ass. I remember you got in trouble for having a girl in your bio
oh my
back in the
god.
day.
Ooh,
You
that's a
remember that?
story. That's a story. Write that shit down. Write that shit down. That's a whole story, bro. Oh my
Okay, we've
god.
been talking about what the fuck for so long. Let's get
Let's
off what the
switch it.
fuck. Let's switch it up. So this next topic is called nurture that shit. Well, this next segment is called nurture that shit. And nurture that shit is basically about like nurturing your business, nurturing your mental health, your physical health, like whatever you want, like manifesting shit to come in the future, whatever. We just talking about shit that we want to progress on.
Right.
I want to progress in money. I feel like, you know how people say, oh, the love of money is the root of all evil. Well, bitch, being broke suck like a motherfucker, and I hate it. I've been broke all my damn life. Let's change that shit.
Yeah. I feel the same way, but I have those.
What?
It was a little hiccup.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have those moments where I'll be like, let me tell you, I don't know if I told you about this, but when mama passed, you know, that was a bonding point.
Yeah.
And we were talking, and she was like, bro, you know, she loved music and shit. She loved making music, but she also do that shit for money. You know, anytime she go out for a show, shit, she making her money.
Yeah.
And ever since she lost her mama, she was like, I'm trying to find purpose about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find a purpose again. I said, that's what makes it very, very, very hard for me to just push myself with music, because I'd be like, what the fuck am I really doing it for?
Because you love creating art.
I do love creating art, but at the same time, I want to make money from it. But that money, when I die, where the fuck? I don't got no kids. I got family, yes, but it's just like
I don't like that argument.
I be having my moments.
I don't like that argument because somebody has told that to me before, because I was talking about how like my ass is not one of them niggas that like spend, at least right now, I don't spend money on experiences. A lot of niggas be like, you gotta live life. Life is short. This and this and this and this and that. You can die at any moment. Yeah, you can die at any moment, but I don't walk around thinking that I can drop dead tomorrow. I'm walking around thinking like I'm gonna have a very successful longevity life. And knock on wood, because you know how you can talk some shit into existence. But I really feel like I'm gonna have like a long, luxurious life. Like I feel like I'm gonna be here for a while. Because I really feel like I have some shit to say. I have shit to do, and I got people to impact. And I don't like the argument of people saying, well, when you die, you can take your money with you. But how you say you don't have kids, you don't have this, you don't have that, but you have a little brother. You have a father. You got a sister with a kid. So I just feel like, even if I work hard as hell and I'm rich as hell by the time I'm 30, and Lord forbid, knock on wood, something happened to me and I'm gone, I feel like I have set my family up, the next generation up. I feel like, because see, I'm one of them niggas that my nieces and nephews are like my kids. So I feel like if something does happen to me and I done set this money up, yeah, I can't bury it with me, but that shit can trickle down and help the next member of my family.
It can.
And I feel like you need to be preparing yourself while you're still here to make sure you can maintain this type of lifestyle you want. Because right now, like I said in episode 1, I'm not a nigga that'll go spend $1,200 on a chain. I'm not a nigga that'll go do, like, it's certain shit that I'm not doing right now. Not saying I'm not going to ever do it. I'm saying right now, the stage of life I'm in right now, I'm not a nigga that's going to go buy no Balenciaga shoes. I'm not a nigga that's going to go buy no fucking Ferragamo belt or no, like, I'm just not that nigga that's going to go buy a Gucci belt or this and this and that. I feel like a lot of people do that shit to keep up appearances. Like, there's a lot of niggas out here who be wearing Gucci belts, but nigga be short on their rent type shit.
And that's what I don't like. That's what I'm saying. I have my moments with the money stuff, because I be feeling like what I want as a career is not a necessity. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is a dream.
Yeah.
Which is cool to chase your dreams, but it's like the drive, the money that come with it. It's just like, what the fuck?
But honestly, the people that do it for the love of it be the best artists. Like Lauryn Hill. Lauryn Hill has released technically she released 2 albums. She released a live album. I like that whole. A lot of people talk shit about the live album. I like the live album. But Lauryn Hill is one of those people that she was in it because she loved art.
See, that'd be me.
And Lauryn Hill created a body of work that I feel like that will stand the test of time. Oh yeah, he upset. I feel like she created a body of work that will stand the test of time, to where, like, 40 years from now, people still gonna be talking about the miseducation Lauryn Hill. It's almost like how niggas still be singing like, old ass Sam Cooke songs and old ass motherfucking songs from the 50s and shit, like songs from the 60s and shit. Like, it's 2022. This is 70-year-old songs that niggas today who not even 20 years old know if you play it. And I feel like Lauryn Hill got one of them albums that you always gonna know. Girls, you know you better watch out. Like I feel like people gonna still know that shit from here to come. And honestly, I'm pretty sure a lot of people tell you that your music is really dope, and you could tell that you really care about your craft, not just trying to make a song that sound hot right now and disappear tomorrow. Right. It's here today and gone tomorrow on some shit. Like nah, for real, but in real life, I feel like the people that be in it for the,
you finna beat you up.
Yeah, the people that be in it for like just the money of it all be the ones who, number one, don't sustain, be the ones who don't create classic records, be the ones who we honestly forget about, because there are some songs that if somebody play it, you be like, damn, I heard this song. Like, you know how you forget some shit is even a song? But it's certain songs that, nigga, you automatically think of. If somebody said, name a classic album right now, you'll be able to name, like, certain artists. Like for example, right. Lauryn Hill album is a classic album. Kanye West early albums are classic albums. I feel like, in like, the new age, I feel like SZA Control album is a classic album.
Oh, SZA Control.
Yeah, I feel like Summer Walker Last Day of Summer is a classic album. I'm not saying Over It or Still Over It are not really good albums, really good music, but as far as classic, like no skips, play that whole all the way through. It's a dope body of work. Last Day of Summer, I feel like that's a classic album. My nigga Cordae, who's a new rapper, I feel like his last album was a classic album. But this new album that just dropped, I was at work yesterday from 9 in the morning to 1:30, and that was on repeat the whole time.
You know what? I'm gonna have to go listen to it.
Yes, that was on repeat the entire time. That nigga be spitting. I feel like Cordae is our generation's J. Cole. Even though J. Cole came out while we was growing up in our generation, I'm talking about like as far as our age group.
Right.
Like and I know people don't be like gonna compare people, how people like, oh, like Chloe's our Beyonce, like shit like that. And I don't mean like in the realm of they the same artist.
Just
I mean
style.
like as far as their style, their influence, the way that they create art, I feel like it's very similar in certain aspects. Right. But that's what I mean. I
guess me saying that, I just don't like a money hungry ass nigga. Like, you do anything.
Let me let this nigga outside.
Shit, I need to go outside. Shit.
Nah, he need to go drink some damn water. Go.
Yeah, he thirsty.
Go.
Go on.
Yeah.
Fat ass. He just looking. I'm fucking dead.
Yeah, he always does some weird shit.
I just don't like no money hungry ass nigga that just will do anything for money. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
You don't have no purpose. You will cross anybody. You'll do anything.
I feel like
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. I definitely feel like that. I definitely feel like that. But I'm definitely a nigga who definitely is chasing the bag, like at all times. Like I feel like everything that I do needs to be progressing my brand, progressing who I am, progressing my skill level, so where I can start charging more for the product that I produce, for the service that I offer. Cause I'm one of those niggas that I will wait to do some shit and fuck around and never do it because I'm waiting on perfection. Just like with this podcast. Like I be having some shit to say. Like, not even just on no, I want to get on here and get hella fucking deep into this. Like, nah, like, even just relatable shit, like how we was just talking about porn. You know how many people watch porn on a daily basis? I be on websites, porn websites be having 47 million views.
And comments, too.
Oh, yeah. It be 3,000 comments on videos. The fact that niggas actually make accounts. I've never made an account, but you got an account? Yeah. You be coming?
But I read them. I read the comments.
Oh no, I definitely read. So sometimes I read the comments before I even watch the flick. You know how like flicks have that little intro before, and you gotta watch that little video. I be reading the comments while that shit going on. Hold on, y'all. Let me go. Let me go let my dog outside because he's clearly begging.
Bruh, you gonna have to cut this out, fat, cause I gotta pee too. I gotta pee.
I'm dead. We not cutting none of this shit. Oh shit. That's that me or you? Oh. But yeah, I personally just feel like I'm dead. I personally just feel like in terms of trying to build and elevate, I feel like there's nothing wrong with like doing certain shit for money, but I feel like yeah, it has to be a balance of I'm not only in it for the money, because when you only in it for the money, you lose the passion and you lose the creativity, you lose the the heart behind it. I feel like, and I feel like me personally, I'm one of those people that never want to lose. And I actually have a story time about this. So I've been a photographer for almost 4 years, and I feel like when I first started taking pictures, some of my first photo shoots I used to do before I even started charging is some of my best work to me personally. As far as taking the pictures and doing that, I'm not saying my best work as far as quality. I'm saying my best work as far as being as creative as I want to be and being as, free spirited and just going outside and creating some shit. I really feel like my level of consistency hasn't been where it needs to be since I've graduated high school. In high school, I was a nigga that was kicking ass and taking names and doing everything I needed to do as far as trying to make sure shit was happening, keeping shit in order. When I get done with one project, working on the next project, making sure this shit is rolling, this shit, this, and that. And I can tell y'all what it is. It's smoking weed. A nigga can't tell me. I ain't talking about people who smoke occasionally, social smokers. I became a stoner when I went to college. Stoner, 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 stoner. Like I was one of the niggas that I couldn't go nowhere if I wasn't smoking. Like if I couldn't smoke before it, I wasn't going. Like to that part. And I feel like that shit took a detriment on my persistence, on my consistency, on all that shit. Because when I first started taking pictures, like I was literally going outside every day. Me and my homegirl, we was walking up and down the street, walking through campus, walking through the neighborhood around the student apartments we stayed in, just creating art. I remember I hopped on Twitter and said, hey, y'all, I just bought a camera, want to practice my craft. Let's do the summer of, what was that, 2018 or 27? The summer of 2018. So what I've been doing, I've been taking pictures for, oh yeah, I said almost 4 years. Summer of 2018. I literally did like 30 photo shoots. 30. Like, I'm no bullshit. Like, I did like 30 photo shoots that summer. Like, going outside damn near every day. Well, every day I could. And literally just going outside shooting. People was DMing me, hey, Fat, bro, I want to come shoot with you. I got a dope outfit. Or, hey, I want to come model for you. Hey, I want to do this and that. I literally was creating, like I said, I feel like some of my best work. And I want to get back to that because photography eventually became a way to make money, and then when it became a way to make money, I only started doing it when I was booked. I just now, in 2022, got started back into just taking pictures for fun. Hitting up my homegirl, or if I'm out and I see a girl who got a dope look, or even on Facebook, like it's this one dude I found on Facebook. He's like a ballerina for like the Dallas Black Academy of Arts and Letters. His what made me hit him up is the thing that made me hit me up was his profile photo was a picture of him doing like a dope ass ballerina move, and it was like a really professional picture. So that's what made me even stop and hit him up like, hey, I would love to like go around downtown and take some dope like creative dancing photos and just create some content, like to the point where I'm reaching out to people now. It's a lot of people who be on that bullshit that I guess niggas think that I don't be for real and this and that. So a lot of people like respond with the bullshit and don't really be down for it. But it's a couple people who I'm gonna work with in 2022 just creating art. Like if I'm out and about, just like I was at work the other day, I walked outside. It was a dope ass girl standing at the bar, buying some food, and I walked up to her and said, "Hey, you have a dope look. I would love to like shoot you sometime. I would love for you to model for me." And I know it's a lot of creepy ass niggas out there who do shit like that, so I be having to pull out my phone and show them like the type of work that I do, and like, no, I'm actually a photographer. I'm not a nigga with a camera that's trying to get you in the space on your own to do some weird shit. I done heard some stories. I done heard some fucking stories. You niggas is weird. You niggas is weird as hell. I promise you niggas is weird. But I'm not that kind of nigga, so I really feel like in 2022, it's really my time to do what the fuck I've been supposed to do since 2018 and just stay consistent with that shit. Yeah. As far as my mental health, my physical health, I done got into the holistic shit. I talked about it a little bit on like episode 1.
What's the segment called? What's the segment?
Nurture that shit.
Nurture that shit. That's what I want to nurture for myself.
You want to nurture like your body?
My physical. Oh,
yeah. Because I'm a man with titties. I hate that shit.
I can't never just, bro.
I can never be serious ever.
It's just like I've been sick for so long.
I'm kind of hot, but like I don't got no brush right now, so it's like no. You can do that. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Nah, you ain't gotta turn the fan. Like I just want to take the hood off, but like my hair not brush, so it's like nah, I'm gonna keep it on.
Well, I've been sick for so long. I'm gonna be sick for the rest of my life. I have a chronic illness. I can't get rid of it. Type 2, I will be able to. Type 1, I can't. But I want to get myself in the best shape that I can be, because I was telling the day, like, y'all be laughing when I say it, but I be saying I can feel myself, like, I can feel the fat growing on my body. Let me tell you what happens. I can feel it, literally. Okay, so when I don't, I kind of hit on it the other time when we were talking on the bed and shit.
Yeah.
I kind of hit on it a little bit. I was saying that I struggled for a long time with, like, my weight. Well, I struggled for a long time with my own comfortability with my weight.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't one of them motherfuckers that just got bullied, like, oh, you're a fat bitch. Like, no, it's it just wasn't like that. It's just
I didn't really get bullied
fat.
either.
I've been fat all my life, and I'm uncomfortable with me.
Yeah.
So once I learned that, like, if I didn't take my insulin, my weight was just shed, I wouldn't take it. I would eat and not take my shit. Like, and I knew what it was doing in my body. It, like, make the blood cells, deteriorate. The good ones that you need, it make them deteriorate. And it sent me to the hospital. I had them that year that I was in and out of the hospital for weeks.
I was about to say, it seemed like every other week. Shit.
Yeah. So I was struggling with that, but I'm back. I'm taking my shit. I feel like I'm in my grown up weight. You have that weight where you just this is it. You ain't. You dabble between two weights. I feel like it's 160 and 170. But I want to get myself all the way in order.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking my medicine. I'm taking my vitamins. I'm doing, what I need to do. But I want to add exercise.
Mm-hmm.
I want to... It's shit that I want to get rid of. I know some shit I'm going to have to, like my stomach, like, if I all the way lose it, I don't feel like it's going to tighten up. I probably have to get my skin removed. But... yeah. I want to lose that weight. I want to look good. It's shit.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Up on My Breast? Mm-hmm. I want to get that fixed.
We, like, real close, y'all. So, like, it ain't no weird ass incest shit going on.
They probably
think like when I say this is like my, like, damn near like my twin sister. Like, so we cousins, but we was born like 10 days apart, literally. Like my mama had me 10 days later. Her mama had her the same year, type shit.
I'm dead that people used to really believe
that we was twins. Bro, we used to tell people we was twin cousins. Like, what the fuck is a twin cousin? But niggas used to really believe us. Y'all twin cousins? How the fuck? Like, y'all, we come from the hood. Some niggas really be ignorant and shit. Like, for real.
Funny as fuck.
Yeah, we used to definitely tell people we was twin cousins, and people used to believe that shit.
I want to get so much not cosmetically done, but I want to do my work first. I be so impatient because I be wanting to see results like that, but I know it's gonna take time. So it's just like.
That's really the place I'm in right now. Cause so I haven't started working out, but I've been on my, like, holistic journey for the past, like, 2.5 months. It's been about 2.5 months, and I have seen results as far as my skin, like
same.
Like, my skin has started looking the best it's ever looked. Like I told y'all in episode 1, I'm trying to get rid of these darker marks on the side of my cheeks, and, like, I've been doing, like, detox water. So all I drink is detox water now. Like, all times a day, I'm drinking lemon water, like, every day. Down to the point where at this point I'm probably drinking more than a gallon of water a day, type shit. And I'm starting to see the darker marks on my cheeks, like the darker marks on my neck. So I'm like a reverse Michael Jackson type of nigga. Like, I got a light skin ass body, and, like, my ligaments and shit are darker. So, like, my arms and shit, everything that the sun touch when you go swimming, if you fat, you go swimming with a shirt on. Everything that the sun touches darker. Like I'm really a light skinned nigga. Like, to be real, like, I'm like her. Like, my body is like her skin tone. Like, but then my face and my arms and like my knee down to my feet are, like, darker. But, like, my body, like, my chest and my thigh area and all that shit, like, I'm a light skinned nigga, like for real. So I've been trying to get myself back to a more consistent skin tone. I've been trying to light up all the darker marks that come with, and our family has, like, a history of diabetes. So, like, a lot of these dark marks come from, like, me being real on the cusp of having diabetes if I don't get my shit together. And I done had little scars throughout different moments in my life where I'm like, I think you got to be 6.0. I was like 5.9 at one point in time. Like, yeah, I was like 5.9, like, right on the cusp of, nigga, you low-key kind of got this shit, but if you get it together, that shit'll go away, type shit. Like, it was one of those situations. So, and I was always a nigga that played sports, so, like, I would always use sports to, like, okay, during the football season, I'm gonna go hard as fuck, but after football season, I'm gonna gain, like, 20 pounds. type shit.
For real?
Yeah. And it wasn't like a system I had.
I would have been very much more active in sports.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely use sports to keep me from diabetes. Like, yeah, type shit. But yeah, okay, so I got another segment called Club Chronicles, where I talk about like different stories about the club. But, like, you ain't worked in the club, but you've been to a couple clubs, right?
Yeah, I've been to a couple clubs.
Okay, so let's talk about shit that happened in the club. So the first time I talked about like niggas who walk in the club and want to look rich, but then want to be broke ass niggas really to their core. Like, oh, I'm gonna have on like $1,000 outfit, but like nigga, $12 for a drink. What, nigga? This little ass cup. Like, nigga,
that's how you know a nigga really broke.
Really broke. But another story I have in the club is how I became a manager of the club. So let's talk about this shit. Y'all know how like in TV shows and shit like that, like you have the people who are managers, and the managers is one of those people that like low key put their job off on other people. And don't get me wrong, still to this day, I fuck with my old manager at the club. Like she taught me how to bartend. Well, she was one of the people that taught me how to bartend. She really put a nigga up on game when it came to certain shit. But she was one of those people that kind of like put certain responsibilities off on me. I was the lowest nigga in the shit. Like that worked at the club. I was the barback. A barback is a nigga that clean up and do all this shit. I kind of explained it in the first episode, but a barback is a nigga that basically, I'm basically a busboy. You know, like the busboy, the nigga that clean the table after niggas eat at restaurants. That's basically was me, but for the club type shit. So I was doing my job, but it'd be moments where like it got to the point where they gave me a key, because instead of the manager going early and getting shit together, I was the nigga that was going and getting shit together. I was doing like the inventory, the key to the city, key to the motherfucking city. But they gave me a key. I was going up there early and like getting shit together. I was doing the inventory. Whenever we run out of shit, I started getting the numbers to, you know, calling the people to come replace the CO2 and do all this shit. So I really was doing a lot, like damn near custodian at that bitch. Like going in, if some shit go down with the lights, I'm the nigga that's at the breaker trying to get shit back working and shit. Like I really was one of those niggas that was put in a position to run that hoe, basically. So, and I'm one of those people that don't like hop from job to job to job. You know how I talked about this in the first episode. You know how like you know the nigga that got a new job every 3, 4, 5, 6 months. I'm a nigga that I feel like any job I have that's not working in the field that I want to do or not my own business, I'm not gonna like that shit. So why would I keep hopping from job to job to job, starting over, having to go through new training, having to get readjusted, and just staying at the job where I'm comfortable with it? I've been doing this for a while. I make some alright money. Yeah, and now it'd be different if like, oh, I'm making 15 over here and I can go over here and make 20. Like some shit like that, I hop from job to job to job. But like nightlife, I told y'all in episode 1, nightlife money, that shit is something different. Like you can't sun no nigga that work in the club. Like, nigga, you work in a club, bitch ass nigga. Like, how you can do that shit to a nigga that work at McDonald's or a nigga that work at Chick-fil-A or some shit like that. You can't sun a nigga that work in the club.
I want to work at a motherfucking club.
Like, y'all, the type of money I used to bring home, like I used to bring home so much money that I told my niece and nephews I was a plus size male stripper. And I used to pretend to be like, yeah, so this is how I went. I used to like make up fake ass stories about what happened in the club. Like to the point where they didn't believe me, but like, you know how you keep a lie going for so long, niggas started being like, is this nigga like a but right, is this nigga for real? And I used to have like, cause like when you're a bartender, like typically your tips be a lot of ones. So I used to come home with a fat ass stack of ones, a couple 20s, maybe like 100 on a good night. I got 100s and 20s and some 510s. But like really it's like a bunch of ones. Like, so I would come home with a bunch of ones at all times. And okay, I'm starting to get off on a tangent. So long story short, as far as people putting off their job on you, it was a situation that happened one night at the club where like the manager was like, let go, basically. Like on the spot. Like, nigga, you let go. Hey, fat nigga, your ass been goddamn me doing inventory and shit like that, nigga. We see, this is a true testament of one of those stories where you never know who watching you. The owners had been paying attention to, okay, this nigga, when I get to the club, this nigga be the nigga that be at the club, and nigga, this nigga know how to work the music. So if the DJ running late, I know how to work the music. I know how to turn all the lights on, the strobes. If there's some shit going on with the light in the front, I know how to go into the little breaker, turn it off, turn it back on. If the fucking icy machines get to breaking down that bitch, I know how to reboot the icy machines. Like, I really was running that bitch before I was even running that bitch, really. Like if it was customer disputes, if the bottle girl had a problem with a nigga in the section, I'm the nigga that they come fat. Like what's the price? Like I started knowing the prices off the top of my head. Like if a girl bottle girl said, okay, I need 2 shots of Hennessy, I need a shot of Casamigos, and I need a green tea shot. And she be like, how much is that? I ain't gotta go to the computer and say that's $47. Easy, quick, off the top. That's $47. And I used to always tell the bottle girl, throw an extra couple dollars on there for yourself. Tell them it's 58. If they paying with a card, fuck it, we didn't get the jug, fuck it. But if they paying with cash, we got the jug. We don't jug customers in the club. It's called finesse. It's a little bit of finesse. It's a little bit of embellishment that go on in clubs. Finesse. Yeah, a little bit of finesse
it's
because For example, like if a cup of juice in the club, like typically if a nigga order a shot, we'll give your ass a little a cranberry back of this or this and that. But shit, if a motherfucker in the section they want this, especially motherfuckers who ain't tipping, they want a cup of cranberry juice, $3 for a cup, a 9-ounce solo cup, $3.
Bro, them prices be.
That's yours. Pocket that shit. That's yours.
Y'all probably ain't the only ones that do that. Cause
no, we definitely not the only ones that do that.
Them prices be ridiculous.
And really, some of them clubs really be highway robbery on niggas. Like, we was cheap as fuck compared to what these other clubs is. A green tea at my job, $10. A green tea at motherfucking me, I said this on episode 1. A green tea at other clubs would be like $14. Easy. Quick. For Jameson? Damn, nigga, you charging $14 for Jameson? What the fuck? That ain't even no premium liquor. But we ain't gonna go there. So, long story short, that motherfucker got fired. I was hired on the spot. Like it was a night before the club. Like, fat, hey, nigga, you got to, like, the boss took me in the office. I was like, fat, nigga, you finna step this shit up, nigga. Like, your ass been doing X, Y, and Z. Like, I went from a nigga sweeping up at the end of the night, cleaning out the sections, to writing niggas checks.
Wow.
Making a schedule. Nigga, I went from getting paid, well, I ain't gonna tell y'all what I was getting paid an hour, but as a barback, I was making $4 an hour. Let's just say we gonna multiply that shit a couple times. More than a couple. Because a couple is 2. Yeah, we gonna multiply that shit a couple times. And I'm still a bartender getting tips. Yeah, wow. Nigga, making big money at that hoe. When the club closed, that shit shattered my damn life. Like, that shit shattered my life. I was eating seafood every day, buying 3-4 pairs of shoes a week, and was still able to save in 2 months.
Oh, you was making money.
Stupid money in that hoe. Stupid money in that hoe. That's why I said you can't son no nigga working at a club. And I was running that bitch.
I'm gonna run a club.
I'm telling you, like, if you really had the money to get some shit started, nigga, that nightlife is where the money at. I was just telling my best friend the other day. I'm gonna say best friend a lot because all of my close friends is my best friend, so I'm gonna say best friend a lot. But I'm gonna talk about different people every time I say that shit. And my real best friend gonna get on my ass. You know how you got best friends, but you got your best friend. Yeah. My best friend gonna get on my ass for that shit. But I was just talking to my other best friend the other day, and I was telling her how, now that the club is closed, and we still rent out other clubs from time to time, so there are random nights where they hit me up and say, "Fat, trying to come make some money real quick." I go make that money real quick, but we not open 7 days a week the way we were. But I was just talking to my best friend about how I want to start. I don't want to join a promotion team, but I want to like start investing in promotions and shit like that. Like save up like $5K and just like if a club promoter trying to bring a certain nigga and it costs $30,000 to get that nigga, I want to add in my little $5K, make like $7K, $8K, however much I get back, some residuals off that shit, make good money. Or if it's a good night in the club, fuck around and flip that shit and make $10K. And next time, put that whole $10K in to bring the next nigga. If it costs $40,000 to get one of them influencers there, nigga, I'm putting $10K in that shit. And if we made goddamn me $300,000 that night from the bar to the door to this, nigga, that shit, that $10K investment can turn into $50,000 in my pocket.
Damn.
Quickly.
Dang.
Quickly. Like, make some good money in that hoe. But I just said that I just told that story to say, oh, you got any Club Chronicle stories? Anything that you done seen happen in the club?
A couple of things.
Because I really been keeping it safe. Like I told y'all, I done seen some shit in the club. Sex, drugs, nigga, fights, all that shit. I done seen all that shit. But what you was gonna say?
Okay, I think the top story I have for a Club Chronicle would be the time I went to the club for my friend's birthday. See, I ain't never worked in no club, but I've been to one. Mm-hmm. And I'm not no club going ass bitch, but I just, it's her birthday.
I ain't no club going ass bitch either.
It was her birthday, so, I was just like, go with the flow, whatever. So, the first place we went to was Gators. You know where Gators is? Mm-hmm. Okay, we went to Gators. This was when Mo3 passed away.
Oh, this is recent?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was recent. Mo3 had passed away. We went to Gators.
Aww.
We had.
I ain't shit. I said that shit sarcastically. Like, I'm really sad.
Oh my fucking god.
Like, y'all, my brother cried when the nigga died. Like, and I don't even think he really knew that nigga like that, but he just was from Dallas. My brother be real invested.
That should be sad though. That should be sad.
But to cry,
I'm not gonna lie. The one death that hit me hard, and I didn't even really even just fuck with him like that, was King Von. I cried. I don't know why. I don't even know why, but
is it because we went to school with Mama? And you kind of feel connected a little bit because we kind of knew her back in the day?
It maybe could have been. But still, that shit, it was just a way.
Remember me from school? Hell nah, you can get no love like
No, it's not that. I don't think it's that. It's just, I don't like when people's deaths are filmed on video. When you can actually
But he didn't die right there, though. Like, he died at the hospital later on. I don't think he died right there.
I understand that, but he still got shot on video. It's just like when I can see
I'm extremely desensitized to death. Let me tell y'all why. I'm gonna let you tell your Club Chronicle story, but I'm extremely desensitized to death because I lost some of the most prominent people in my life early. Like you know how people be grown and they just started losing like their grandmamas and they this and this and that. I lost my great grandmama as a freshman in high school. I lost my grandmama as a sophomore. I lost my favorite auntie. I mean, I love all my aunties, but my favorite auntie as a junior in high school. Like you know how like all your aunties is like second mamas, but this was really like my second mama. Like I would go over her house because that's my favorite cousin. I used to love, I loved her. We did little shit growing up. We got a lot of stories and shit like that. But I used to be downstairs in the kitchen with her mama while she was cooking, like soaking up everything. Like,
and my ass used to get put out the motherfucking kitchen when she was cooking. I just didn't understand it.
And I just quit. It's probably because she wanted she had a son eventually, but I'm saying it's probably because she wanted a son.
She did want a son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, that was like it's like the first person I felt comfortable enough telling certain shit that I would never tell nobody to.
You know, that's sad. I don't have an auntie like that.
For real?
No.
For real? I don't have one like that no more.
Well,
I got a cousin like that. Like, I tell her everything.
I don't have an auntie like that.
That's sad. Cause
I really think I hurt feelings when I was telling her like I don't really have a mother figure. Like, because my mama died, not even my godmother has been a mother figure. Mm-hmm. My godmama is like, hey, nice to see you. How you been?
Yeah. That's how it is.
I was like, I really don't have one.
I mean, my godmama like that too, but my godmama like that for another time. Story time.
Anyway, let's not get that deep. Right
oh, no, we're going to get that deep eventually.
Eventually.
I love you though. Like my godmama, I love her. Like she's been there my whole life. Like I really appreciate her, but it's a reason why she wasn't as involved as she could have been. I might bring my mama on one of the podcast episodes, but I'm gonna tell her like you gotta be ready to talk about some shit. Like we ain't coming on this hoe and I got old school ass parents where I ain't telling her business. We ain't like if I bring my mama on this hoe, you gotta talk about some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm cussing.
And you can't do nothing back.
And you can't do nothing. No, I'm just playing. But go ahead and tell your Club Chronicle story, though.
Okay, so we went to Gators first. After everybody left, because it was all his family there. After everybody left, like the club was literally dead. It was only us in there. I was like, okay, we finna go somewhere else.
Yeah.
One of the girls that we was with, some of her homeboys randomly just pulled up. I really think she called them niggas.
Click clack with the bow bow?
No, not click clack with the bow bow.
Okay.
But I think she called them niggas just,
on
just
some,
to be
hey,
there.
Hey, let's be on some,
Come buy some drinks. But anyway, we ended up getting in the car with them. We had got there by Uber, but they came in their car.
Everywhere.
They came in their car and we piled up in the back seat. And
why did I do that?
I don't fucking know. We were on our way to this club on Greenville. It was a new club that had just opened. We went.
On Greenville, like uptown? Is that Greenville?
Greenville is like where Ross meets North Dallas. Like.
Oh, okay.
You can go all the way down Greenville to get to far North Dallas.
Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
So we went to this new club on Greenville. We got in, whatever. They paid for us to get in. The two dudes that she was with, no, they was like dusty. They had money, yeah, but they was like dusty.
The dusty niggas be the one with the money. It be the flashy niggas that be broke.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
We just said that. That's true. But they was dusty to the point. It was like, I don't care if you got money, nigga.
Yeah, go brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Go get your dreads
twisted. We had
Go
our
wash your
fun.
shirt. Earn that bitch next time.
I saw night and we had
If y'all know my brother, he is not a club nigga, so that shit is funny as fuck to hear that nigga was at the club. But keep
that wasn't doing shit.
Keep going. I know, probably hugging the wall, probably.
So when the club closed, it's time to leave. Bray and Ace was in front of me. My friend was in front of me. And then it was me and the girl that we was with. Mm-hmm. And the two niggas that was standing at the bar that she had called, mm-hmm. they was standing right there. And y'all, I don't know if y'all know, but I'm like bald headed. So like,
bro, I don't even got nothing in my mouth, but I promise like, if I did, I would have spit some out.
I'm like bald headed, so like I don't wear wigs often. It's just cold outside. You know what I'm saying? Took the wig off. It's just cold outside, and I ain't feel like putting on no beanie, so I hit the wig. So that night I did not have on no wig. And we were passing by the bar where those two niggas was, and when I get to the second nigga, I'm passing him. I don't know what possessed that bitch to do what he did, but that bitch like Michael Jordan me in my head, like slapped the shit out of my head, bro.
Was it like a palm? Like
no,
a palm
nigga,
or
it
like
was like a. He slapped my shit.
He probably was drunk.
He was definitely drunk. he could have got beat up. He could have got beat up
instantly.
He better be glad I didn't say. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
he was already ahead of me.
Let's pause this story. My brother, I'm not saying that he can beat up every nigga that I know, but my brother's a fighting ass nigga. Like how I be telling y'all, I'm not with the rah-rah shit. My brother is the nigga that's with the rah-rah shit. Like, see, I'm a nigga that's not with the rah-rah shit, but I don't plan on losing no fights. And I'm not saying I don't plan on losing no fights. I can whoop every nigga, but I'm fighting dirty as fuck. My brother gonna hit your ass with a skill. Like, nigga, I really know how to fight. Like I know how to fight, but nigga, I'm grabbing balls, nigga. I'm uppercutting the stomach. I'm trying to break some shit. But this nigga is gonna whoop. A lot of the niggas I know he whooping, but. Keep going.
Yeah, I just say he better be glad.
I
didn't call him back there.
Cause my brother,
but
that nigga with the shit.
As soon as he did that shit, I just like I've been telling. I'm so proud of myself because if I were the old me, mm-hmm. I would have been fighting that nigga. Mm-hmm. Type shit.
Grab the bottle, boom,
I
on the
had
head.
to look at him like nigga, did you really just do that and calm myself down because. I be telling people I'm either very nice or I am psycho. There is no in between. Like literally, I'm sweet as hell or I'm fucking psycho. And I had got mad from the tip of my toe to the top of my fucking head. And
the bald head.
And I had to just let it. I had to let it ride. So I kept going. I was like, bro, I'm never coming to a club again. Cause that shit right there.
He Michael Jordan me, bro.
No, he really did, bro.
Fuck telling me. Nigga lucky see that shit.
No, for real.
Like, and another thing, my brother don't play about his family. Like, I don't play about my family, but like, I mind my business a lot of the time. My brother, he don't got no understanding for shit. Like, like. I don't want to make it sound like my brother crazy. No shit. He not a crazy nigga. He got his head on straight. But when it comes to defending and loyalty, and I'm about that shit, and I can handle any nigga. I don't give a fuck if you 6'3", 240 nigga. I'm laying you down. Like, not on no shooting shit, nigga. I'm finding your weak spot, and bitch, I'm winning the fight. Like, my brother is with the shits. Both my brothers actually. My oldest brother and Bray. Yeah. Like, both them niggas, it's like some ruthless ass nigga. I'm beating any nigga up in the room. I don't give a fuck. Like, type shit. Like, and I know a lot of niggas think that shit about their family. A lot of niggas think that shit about themselves. But, like, I'm 100% sure. Like, real. If you from South Dallas and you went to high school around, like, the 05 to 07, 06, like, the 03 to 04, like, especially in South Dallas, like, my big brother want the nigga to fuck with. And if you went to middle school with me and my brother, see, when my brother got to high school, he started to, you know, calm down, become, like, the popular nigga in the school. But middle school, he had to show a couple niggas what's up. So, like, my brothers, like me, I'm the cool, calm, and collected nigga that's meek. I don't want to fight, but if I gotta fight, fuck it, I'm trying to kill you. But my brothers is niggas that will lay niggas down. Like, for real, for real. Kill you. No, for real. But I just had to say that. Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna bring them on the show one day.
You really do need to.
Yeah. Like, all of us at once need to hit this off. Yeah.
Ooh,
we got some stories.
That'll be some
shit. That'll be some shit.
I don't think I have another one that's that good. Mm-hmm. I just know the first time I went to a strip club, the very first time I went to a strip
My
club.
first time I went to a strip club was like 2 weeks ago. I was working.
Bro.
The girls didn't look like strippers.
Oh, you told me that.
Mm-hmm.
You told me that.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so I'm not fond of social media like that, but I will get on and watch like videos, and I have my certain, celebrities that I follow. I don't know if y'all know Bitches Love Gigi, rest in peace. But
the light skinned girl, right?
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
Short hair. That was my favorite stripper. I'm not gonna lie. I stan her. Like, I follow her on Snapchat, on Instagram, on anything I can find. Like, that was my bitch. Like, for real. My first time going to a strip club, first of all, we got put out. It was for a birthday again. We get in there.
Not put out.
First of all, we pregame. Lord knows I'm not a drinker.
Me neither.
And this is when I came back from school. When I was in
college,
college,
you down though. I smoked down.
Both of that. When I was in college, I can smoke you down, and I can drink you down. But something changed. When I came back home, I don't know what it was.
She don't ever want to hit the blunt. Like she probably ain't hit a blunt in like 3 years. Like I'm sick of it.
I hit a blunt with my sneaky link one time, but I started having a seizure. So it was like
a real seizure, or
no, like my body was just doing like this.
Oh
like,
damn.
Yeah, so I ever since then I was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
He won't even let me eat an edible.
She ain't hit a blunt with me in over 3 years, so let me just say that.
I just want to see what sex felt like with a blunt, because
like in the act of it.
Like.
Was it a seizure? Or was it an orgasm?
No. It wasn't in the act.
Oh,
of sex.
okay. I'm like,
I hadn't had high sex in like years, so I was like, damn, I kind of want to hit the blunt.
Have I ever been my meat high? Oh, plenty of times. I don't know why I think about that shit. Like,
anyway. So for one, I had smoked and I had got drunk. This was my first time.
I drank. I'm supposed to stop, but I can't. As y'all can see, I'm hitting the 2021 Zoom call. I literally have on drawers, like
fucking dead.
Drawers and socks.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Because we're comfortable.
Very.
Period. Anyway.
I mean, she came in so swagged up and shit with fucking ripped jeans and shit on.
Mm-hmm.
My cousin always had like a nice little sense of style. I'm jealous.
You know what? I feel like I can't
Fuck
dress.
You know what? Shout out to the motherfuckers who really can't dress but think they can. Shout out to the motherfuckers with bad bodies with confidence. Shout out to the broke niggas that want to look rich.
Shout out to the popular motherfuckers that really ain't got no talent but be getting.
Shout out to the popular niggas growing up who missing teeth now.
Ooh, the side tooth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to.
Let me say the story. Okay. So I was crossfaded basically, but it was to the point where I was out of my body. Like I was doing good. I had on like, I swear, I had on 6-inch heels. I promise you.
Out of body.
So when we got in there, y'all, I was feeling okay, but my out of body experience started as soon as I crossed the threshold of the door. It's like I walked into the gates of hell. I swear to God.
Niggas sprinkle shrooms in the blunt.
Bro, I swear that's what I felt like. Like when I walked in there, it was like, vroom. Like I was in hell, but it was like so beautiful. Like so sad.
I really believe hell is probably beautiful as fuck.
It probably is.
Like
all your fantasies.
Yeah. I really feel like how they say heaven is this bliss and this and this and hell is this and that. I really feel like hell to fuck around and be lit as fuck. Like I don't want to go to hell.
No pun intended.
like I don't want to go to hell, but I really feel like hell is probably where like the angels probably be looking down like, damn, I should have fucked up a little bit more. Like
I want to go down there.
Right. You be up there next to God like, damn, I can't even. I don't even know who my mama is up here. Shit, you know how this. you know how this how you lose your me ain't gonna know nobody like that. I don't even know who the fuck my mama is.
That's
like,
fucked up,
meanwhile, y'all roommates and shit, sharing the same room and shit. You know,
bro.
But you know they say heaven has everything you need though. Like it's just eternal bliss.
I think that hell is. Have you watched? Oh my God! Let me get back on this.
Honestly, being in heaven is kind of like being like the reserves in the army. Cause you know how like when Armageddon and shit happen, like the angel's supposed to come down and defend the earth against demons and shit. It's like imagine going throughout your whole life and dying, and you've been imagine the niggas that died before the second coming of Jesus, and like they've been in heaven all this time, and now it's time to like leave the serenity of heaven and go down and fight demons. I'd be mad as fuck.
So you a soldier. So you gotta fight for the rest
soldier, and God's on me, and I'm fighting, fighting for the rest of my days.
See.
That song telling truth. Okay, let me chill.
For the rest of my day.
God is gonna strike us.
Damn. Well, okay, look, y'all.
We Christian, by the way, y'all. More spiritual than religious these days.
There you go. I was just gonna say that. Please say that.
Yeah.
But
organized religion is a scam. Shout out to my pastor growing up. No. I love him. He's like a grandfather figure to me. Like I really love him.
Why are people pastor?
We friends on Facebook. He be commenting on my stuff.
For real?
He's literally like a granddaddy to me. Like if I see that. Okay, so y'all, my memory card got full on that last little thing, but you can finish with your story. You was talking about
the gates of hell.
The gates. Oh yeah, we was talking about hell, but we were talking about something before we got there. Let me put this back on. No brushy.
Oh, because I said that when I felt like when I was walking through the threshold, like,
not the threshold.
it was hell. But as soon as I walked in,
anyone who drops a spirit stick goes to Hades.
Fuck you dead.
I'm dead as hell too.
When you walk in ecstasy, we were ecstasy. Have you been ecstasy?
Nope, but I've been to AOD and I'll never want to go back.
Anyway.
Unless they paying me, because last time I went I was working, but I still don't want to go back.
When you walk
strippers built like me. And
oh my God.
Nah, they are. I'm friends with some of them on Facebook. Like after I got back on Facebook, I was like, damn, I was talking shit on Facebook about AOD strippers, and I'm friends with some of y'all. It's probably why I didn't get no likes.
Oh fuck.
I only got like 4 likes.
Definitely why you didn't get any.
Yeah. I be noticing when I say shit that hit home for niggas don't like it.
Y'all know nobody like the truth, right?
Niggas ain't gonna like this podcast then, because eventually I'm gonna get more and more comfortable talking shit.
But there are people that think like you, and
shout out to y'all.
You got. See,
you know what? Fuck it. Shout out to the LD strippers built like me. Shout out to y'all. Y'all making money. Shout out to the one girl that was on the thick pole where it's like the stair thing that you can go up to the thing, but she didn't want to go up to the thing and just was walking around holding the pose, and like every now and then she'll hold the pose and like jump with both her feet. Shout out to her. She was pretty as fuck, but she built like me. She's like gorgeous, like stupid pretty face, but yeah, built like me.
Oh man.
Gorgeous. I'm gonna give it to you. You gorgeous. Like you one of the most prettiest women I've ever seen in my life. Like gorgeous. Your face is beautiful.
Now walk away from me.
Yeah.
You see?
Come here. You beautiful. Now walk away. What you were saying though, gates of hell,
Well, when you walk into ecstasy, it's like you go through the little thing where you pay, and then you walk into this thing that kind of go like
the pussy.
Where it open up, where the club open up.
Go to clit open up.
Oh.
I'm just playing. Keep going.
I just know that when I walked in, I just saw ass shaking very slow. It was like when you watching a show about a stripper, everything. It was like it was slow motion in real time. It was like that booties was going boom, boom. Yes.
How porn used to start off?
I saw one bitch on the pole
Production
shaking her
porn.
ass, and then I saw Gigi.
Looking magnificent.
I saw Gigi. She was looking. She had on these boots. They was like fringe, like sparkly though.
Mm-hmm. I know what you mean.
And
call them hoes though.
Yeah, the horse boots.
I was gonna say moo, but not. It wasn't the moves.
Not the moves.
It's the moo.
And her bikini, her little outfit was kind of just like the boots.
Her floss.
And
shout out to P Valley.
Floss.
I work for the Pink, so that's why I'm real big on P Valley.
They need to come back with the second season.
They working on it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Because the fuck. Anyway, man, when I saw her, I fell in love all over again. I already loved her. I stalked her. I ain't gonna say I stalked her. I stand her.
How'd she die?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay. It was one of those undisclosed, only if you know her for real, type shit.
I think that it's open information, but I was so hurt by it. That's another celebrity death that I was kind of hurt by. I was really hurt by.
Hood celebrity.
Yeah. But she from Dallas, so you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hood celebrity.
Yeah. So
I'm pretty sure a couple niggas probably know her in Atlanta, Houston, Atlanta, Vegas, but She probably ain't just like a A-list bitch.
But it was crazy.
Like
a couple of months before she died, she had went live and it was like police helicopters and shit all around her car. I guess that she was like really drunk after the club, and they said that she was trying to drive, but she was in her backseat. Like, I guess she was trying to sober up before she actually drove. But it was like helicopters and shit, and she was on live like look at this shit. And they was telling her that, like, on the bullhorn, get out the car and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, that happened like maybe a couple of weeks before she died. Like, it was crazy. It was just weird. It was eerie. Like, why is this happening? Mm-hmm. Like, it just be like major stuff start happening before somebody die or pass away. That should be weird, but that wasn't even nothing. I just want to know. I just want to say that I fell in love with a stripper, and I have in love with a stripper. She riding, she I have a deeper connection with that song now.
T-Pain made some shit.
Yeah,
like
that was a real.
I'm at the bar with her. If you looking for me, I'm at the. It was definitely niggas checking for the bar. Like, when I say, like, bartenders really be getting to the. I really think bartenders probably make more money than strippers. Honestly, if you really want to be real. Cause I'm a nigga and I'm a fat nigga. I'm a fat black nigga, and I know what the fuck I was bringing home as a bartender. Some of my coworkers is fine as hell, like sexy than a motherfucker. I know niggas just paying. I'm pretty sure girls in that hoe getting $100 tips just cause you look good and you slanging drinks in that hoe. Just cause you look good.
Nigga pay for some. If he think he gets some, he'll pay fine.
My boss used to always tell niggas, sell the fantasy. Sell the fantasy. Like, we'd have employee meetings, and like my bosses would never like be a part of the employee meetings, because, like, like the owners like are on like a different level. Me and my best friend was on like the management level, so we was the ones that was conducting the meetings and shit when I finally took over. But every now and then when like my boss would pop in, and we were like, you got anything to say? He'd be like, sell the fantasy, come to work looking good. You represent the Pink Lounge. Just, like he'll just say shit like that and just walk off.
Boy, that's how get your no, just playing.
Pimp named Slick Back looking at for he definitely got pimp energy, but like he wasn't like a pimp like, oh, I'm trying to, hey, I need y'all selling pussy in the background. Like, it wasn't no shit like that. It wasn't no shit like that. Yeah, I really just so happen to work for real niggas in the nightlife industry. It's a lot of snake ass, gut ass, weird ass niggas in this shit. I just so happen to really work for some real niggas. Hopefully I get them on the show one day when I finally, build up, because I'm pretty sure my bosses ain't gonna want to come sit in my room on the floor and talk to a camera. Like,
you never know.
Nah, these niggas is grown. Like, I'm 24. Like, these niggas is like grown, like 30s, like mid 30s.
Oh,
like,
shit,
these niggas ain't finna come sit in my room on the floor.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna have to like probably rent out a space for shit like that.
Well.
Yeah, you know. As we elevate, it'll be some time. As we elevate. Shout out to them for giving me a job. Elevating nigga. Okay, so we are coming up on our last segment. This shit is called Ain't Your Business. Ain't your business. Ain't your motherfucking business. Business.
Ain't your
business.
Ain't your
motherfucking business. Okay. So, do you want to talk about anything that ain't your business, or, ain't people business that be in your business, or, just ain't? Because I feel like nothing is my business. That I feel like if it's not paying me, or if it doesn't have the potential to pay me or the potential to take my money away, it ain't my business.
Bro, I don't even be want to hear people's business because I be so caught up in mine.
Yeah, you want to know what's so crazy? My mama said that I'm very extreme right now, right? Because I'm at that stage of life where I'm really trying to figure shit the fuck out. And the way I feel is, if a person is not helping me pay for something or giving me some resources for me to get out of a situation, they don't need to know that shit. Like, if my mom on the phone with one of her friends or something, and she said, how fat been? And she want to say, oh yeah, girl, he been doing this and that. If they start asking questions like, so how, like, people who know me know that I ain't had no car in a while because my car been getting the engine fixed, the motor fixed, all that shit. I feel like a motherfucker shouldn't be asking about, oh, how the car is? Hey, you got his car back? I feel like you shouldn't be asking about that unless you're trying to help me pay for the repairs. I mean, it's paid for now, but like, unless you're trying to help me recoup some of the money I spent on that shit. Like, I feel like, don't worry about what I got going on unless you're trying to either help me get out of it or give me a resource for me to help myself. That's how I feel.
Okay, so I think that's a Leo thing. I'm not gonna lie.
You think so?
Your logic. Okay, I'm sensitive to that, but not with friends, not with family.
No. I'm not talking about if I'm talking to somebody and like I'm talking about as far as like if you know how parents just like talk about their kids and this and this and that. I feel like if you expositing about me certain shit, like it's a difference between oh yeah girl, you know he been good. Like I'm one of those motherfuckers. If somebody asks me how my mama been, oh she been good. Yeah, I ain't going into detail like oh how catering been going. Oh you gotta talk to her. Oh, it's been good. You know, you can talk to her about that. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going into detail like, oh, yeah, she got a contract with this and this and this and this and this and this. And I just feel like, I be telling my mama, like, don't tell people.
It's 11:11.
Yeah. Amen. Mm-hmm. I be saying amen after wishes.
I do too. You heard me say amen. I said, mm-hmm.
But I just feel like if a person is not in a position to help me, like, you know, like, and I'm not talking about my friends. I'm talking to my friends and people I fuck with. And, like, if I'm talking to a certain family member, I mean, like, as far as, like, other people talking about my business. Like, how niggas know I ain't got no car. Like, if y'all niggas ain't offering to pick my ass up, don't worry about how I'm getting hurt. Don't ask me about how this happened. And, oh, well, how you getting to the so-and-so? Like, are you trying to take me? Oh, no, I ain't trying. Well, don't worry about it. I'm going to get there the way I get there.
See, I only said that because that is something that the Leo I deal with does. Like, that's a mindset that he has. If you're not helping me get to where I need to be, you don't need to know shit about me. That's how he is.
But, like, with you two, though? With every single body? Because I'm not like
everybody.
that with... Oh, yeah, no.
Like
not with everybody.
So, your mama think you extreme. If she ever got deep into who he is, she'd be like, oh, nah, fuck me. He's
fuck
like
that. Nigga, fuck that
He's
nigga.
Definitely
honestly,
like
it's so crazy because I feel like if you was to... Lord forbid. But if you was to be dating him now and all the same shit would have transpired, I probably wouldn't even gave a fuck. Like, not gave a fuck that, oh, somebody hurt my cousin, but gave a fuck the way I gave a fuck. Like, I was one of those people, like, I'm just now, like, in my, like, getting deeper into my 20s, learning how to mind my fucking business. I was one of them niggas at, like, 19, if a nigga talking to my fucking, a female that I fuck with, hella disrespectful, I'm a nigga that was gonna jump in, I'm gonna defend your honor, I was super save a hoe, not calling my friends hoes or nothing like that, and my family and friends. But I was a nigga who, oh, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I don't know, I'm really trying to get with you on the low, but, like, I just thought certain shit was like, oh, me as a man, I should defend. But, like, me at 24, it's my cousin, like, my best friend, like, my sister. Like, if she dealing with a nigga and we out somewhere and they arguing, that shit ain't none of my business. Now, you can't slap her in front of me. You can't get the bitch ass hoe. You can't do all that shit in front of me. But if y'all arguing, going back and forth and shit getting heated, that shit ain't got shit to do with me. Because I don't got time for me to step in and try to defend your honor and y'all niggas make up later on that night and me and him got beef now, but this nigga sitting in my face at the fucking family gathering. And that's why I don't be getting invested in shit like that. I'm getting invested. But what you was saying, I know I've been cutting you off. I've been cutting your ass off. I'm so sorry.
Damn, I don't remember.
You was talking about, like, the Leo that you dealt with and how he...
Oh, well, yeah,
he's one of those people
like,
that don't be in my business.
He's extremist like that. Like,
yeah.
It used to hurt my feelings because I'm not quick to open up to people.
Yeah.
Well, people I know, I'll open up to them, but I have also learned my lesson with that.
Yeah.
You have to, even if you close with somebody or, like, you know them, you can't open up to everybody. I understand it now.
Yeah.
But it used to piss me off because my ass is open, like, especially with my partner. But he is so extreme with that. He's like, if you can't solve my problems, I don't feel like I need to talk about my emotions. He's not quick or wasn't taught to open up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to confide in your partner. Yeah. It's okay to do these things. He wasn't taught that.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to understand it because, bitch, if I'm finna spend the rest of my life with you, bitch, you finna know everything. Type shit. So they used to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
But he's like that to the extreme. Yeah. That's why I say that's a Leo thing.
Let me, like, draw that back a little bit because I'm not like that with, like, my friends. If I was to date somebody, I can talk about my problems with this. I'm talking about, like, my mama friends, randoms. People you go to church with, people you work with, people. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about as far as outsiders. Even some people that's in my family. Like, we come from a super close-knit family, but, like, even some of my... If you're on the phone with your sister, she asking about money...
Everything ain't their business.
Yeah, everything ain't their business. So, I'm talking about people who are not in my immediate everyday life. Like who are not, like, permanent... Let me not say permanent fixture, because my family is a permanent fixture, and I come from a really close-knit family, but, like, I just feel like if you not in my circle, let me say that, if you're not in my circle, certain shit just ain't your business.
Right.
And certain shit about you ain't my business. I just so happen to be one of those people who got, like, a real loving energy and a real, like down home spirit, and I'm one of those everybody best friend type of energy type of people. So people exposit to me because I just give a comfortable space.
Right.
I don't mind that. And if you vulnerable with me, I will get to a certain level of vulnerable with you. But if my mama just having casual conversation with her girls and her this and this and that, like, don't talk about shit I got going on unless they put money together to help me out with this shit, or if I'm looking for an apartment and they got a deal where they stay, or they got a friend who is a property manager at an apartment, they not trying, like, they don't need to know all that shit. That's what I mean by that. Yeah, it ain't your motherfucking business. I said it ain't your motherfucking business. Ain't your motherfucking business. Ain't your motherfucking business. Ain't your motherfucking business. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. This is my cousin Nate. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna see her on my on this podcast a lot. Like, she's literally one of my best friends. And y'all probably gonna, you know what? Let's start a game during my podcast. Take a shot for every time I say best friend.
Ooh.
Yeah.
They're gonna be fucking drunk.
They're gonna be drunk as fuck every podcast. Like, cause when I tell stories, like I said, all my friends are my best friends. So, like, they're gonna be taking shots. Like, even just in the last 30 minutes of this podcast, I probably done said best friend like 20 times.
Best friend.
Best friend. No, I'm just playing. But I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. We probably gonna name it. What I say we gonna name this episode? I'll probably have to go back and watch it. Telling your business. That's the name of this episode. Telling your business. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Please Excuse My Ignorance episode 2. And I looked up my name, and somebody already has a very similar name as my podcast. The only thing that they don't have please at the beginning, like, it's Excuse My Ignorance, but mine is Please Excuse My Ignorance. I'm probably gonna change to Please Excuse My Ignorance, but as far as, like, the LLC,
I think that you should. I like the but. I like the but.
Okay, so Please Excuse My Ignorance, but, you know, and I've actually already bought that domain name. So, like, nobody had that name, like, the Please Excuse My Ignorance, but maybe I'm going to just call it Please Excuse My Ignorance, but the real name is Please Excuse My Ignorance, but, like, you know. Yeah. So, thank y'all for tuning in. More to come, more content to come. I know this one kind of got a little explicit, and like I told y'all, I'm really surprised that I've held on to my virginity this long, because I was a nasty-ass nigga growing up, like look up under my big brother girlfriend's skirt, and if you know when you the younger brother, you got a brother who 10 years older than you, know, if he snuck a girl in and he doing what he do, I was a nigga that was, like, sneakily cracking the door so I can watch. Like, I was a little bad managed ass nigga, so you know I'm just on here telling my fucking business. So thank y'all so much. Tune in for more, and you know your boy got a lot more coming up. Chill.
Yeah.